Guys, I'm here with R Zishe Novoseller, the Executive Director from the organization called EPI, which is doing amazing things for Klal Yisrael. One of the things is lending money for businesses.
Interest-free.
Interest-free, $50,000. You can pay it back for how many months?
For 38 months.
38 months. The reason I'm here right now is to wish a mazel tov to the R Zishe, even though there's so many businesses are having a hard time, and R Zishe is still, he with his staff, and giving out these loans, $50,000 interest-free loans. How many businesses did you do already?
We have funded over 1,000 businesses in the last 15 years.
Wow. So we're celebrating the 1,000 businesses, the Baruch Hashem, all up and running, thriving?
The overwhelming majority are up and running and thriving.
Wow, this is amazing, amazing. Now, R Zishe, I know you called me down because you added more services from your company, like free advice, free financial advice for companies that are going through a hard time, or just anybody that wants to have free advice for their company, for their business. EPI has a separate designated staff,
right,
that free of charge will help you and give you free advice for your company. So R Zishe, you met so many companies. Let me ask you a question. You see what's going on in Lakewood, not only in Lakewood, I mean, you're servicing the tri-state area all over. What advice can you give for new companies that are opening up? And, you know, especially here in Lakewood, you see companies opening up right and left, new stores. What advice can you give for such companies?
So the first advice I would give is that they have to make sure that they're well funded, not only just to open, but to hire staff that they didn't expect they would have to hire, and to have cash flow to maintain the company going forward as they build up their customer base. That's the first thing. I find that a lot of companies are not prepared financially, and they need to have somebody, not necessarily the owner or the founder, but somebody that understands finances to help them navigate the initial months and years of their business.
So that's what your staff is doing? If somebody wants to open a business and wants somebody to look over their finances, somebody to look over what they can, how much of their profit, you have somebody that specializes in these kind of stuff that can just help out new businesses, new owners to know the numbers?
So we do that. We do it primarily with businesses that are up and going and have either lost their way or want to move to the next level, and they don't have the funding that they need to move. So they come to us to borrow money. So that's when the financial advice comes in. And it's not only financial advice, it's marketing advice, or it's sourcing advice, or whatever advice they need. We can rest on the experience that we have with so many companies, and we can also introduce them to companies that had similar problems so that they can hear firsthand from another business owner about how he navigated the issue that he had.
Wow, that's all free of charge.
Yes, that is.
Unbelievable. Now, how does it work if somebody wants to apply and get a loan, $50,000 interest free? How does it work?
So we're looking to fund companies that are up and going and the machine is working and they're producing a parnasa, and they want to either grow the company, or they're in men's clothing and they want to also open up a women's line, or they're in a basement store and they want to move to a retail space, and they come to us and they fill out a form online at our website. It's called epinetworking.org. And then we call them back and we interview them and we ask them for their financials, what their financials were the last 12 months and what their anticipated financials are. And then we go through it with them and make sure they understand it. Many times they don't understand their own financing. So people have frequently said to me, even if EPI ends up not giving me a loan, I'm indebted to you forever, because for the first time in my life, I understand the financial side of my own business.
Wow, this is unbelievable. And they sit down, with whom are they meeting? They're meeting with you, or they're meeting with the investors, they're meeting with the investors, they're meeting with the lenders, who are they meeting with?
No, well, after they apply and we think that it's a good match, they come and meet with my board of directors, and they give a little bit of an introduction to the board of directors about the history of their business, and then we all review the finances, and after that they're told the next day what they've been granted as a loan.
Wow. How much money do you have to help out businesses? You have unlimited funds?
You know, I can't say it's unlimited, but if you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm very anxious for people to apply for a $50,000 interest-free loan to be paid out over 38 months. Wow. Basically, the first 3 months you don't pay anything, and in the fourth month you start paying. So it's all b'chesed, and it is all a good experience.
Wow. And you did just do it for the mitzvah. The people
My
that
board
lend
of directors is doing it for the mitzvah, that's correct.
Unbelievable. People don't have that a mitzvah from lending money for Chayni B'nai Yisrael is exactly the same mitzvah like putting on film every day and eating matzah Pesach Banach.
100%.
It's a daraisa.
100%.
What is chus?
So now that we've done all of these loans and we continue to do them aggressively, we're also in a position for companies that we previously funded that are looking for investors, to move them to a different level in their business or to open up a second store or a second location outside of the state, whatever it is. So we try to make shidduchim between companies looking for investors and investors that want to put money in for an equity share in the business.
Wow. Also free of charge.
Also free of charge.
How do you know if it's a good company, if it's a good investment? Who checks it?
Well, we have a general feeling about how the company has been since we started funding them. We do have an insight into their finances, and we try to do the best we can with what we know to make a good shidduch. No different than a shidduch with a boy and a girl.
Unbelievable.
But I just wanted to leave you with my telephone number, so if people want to call, they can call 732-228-8374. They can WhatsApp
Same
the number. Yes. The website is epinetworking.org.
Over there you can see all your services that you do?
They'll be able to see the services, and they'll be able to see the application for a loan, and they'll be able to see all the directions and how it works.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Who are the people behind it?
So I don't know if the people behind it want to have their names spread around, but they're all
good people.
They're good people, and they're happy people, and they feel very übergegeben to this cause.
Gewaltig. Shkoich R Zishe, shebi b'tatzlocha.
Amen. Thank you.